Alright, what is up? This is Slow Plays, and we have some breaking news, some fantastic news for Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. After the past week since this game launched, we've been covering all of the major issues that this game has been facing, okay? There's been a lot of problems with online matchmaking. There have been issues with the classic controls and even standard controls, just controls in general, you know, getting screwed up whenever you go online and face an opponent who has a different control scheme than you, okay? There are just so many things that needed to be addressed, and I think an overall just big patch would help, right? We never got that day one patch. As far as I know, I never saw any history for the updates that showed that there was a day one patch for this game, okay? And you can correct me if I am wrong, but finally, the Dragon Ball Games Twitter page pushes for this announcement, and it has been pushing for this actual, you know, patch here. So an update patch for Sparking Zero is planned for around late October and will include, okay, improvement of an issue where some controls become unresponsive during online matches when classic controls are selected. Okay, we covered that, you know, topic yesterday. Yesterday's video, we discussed all this. Saw a lot of people, everyone in the comment section voicing their opinion on how this, you know, has been screwing up their experience, and they're just, you know, not even playing anymore because of it, right? An adjustment of difficulty levels when playing certain stages in episode battle on lower difficulty settings. Now, that's the first I've heard about that. I wouldn't doubt that there have been some issues with it. Either it's, you know, still too hard, or maybe it's just like way too easy. I don't know. You guys can let me know about that one, because like I said, this is the first time I'm hearing about the difficulty being weird in certain specific episode battles for story mode and stuff, okay? Now check this one out. Adjustment of Yajirobe's stats. I haven't been following too much of the competitive or the meta for it. I know Yajirobe is, you know, really good. He has the Sensu Bean tech and everything. I saw some like crazy infinite where he was just doing one of his like supers over and over and over again, I guess because his key charges up pretty fast. I'm not exactly sure what the situation on that is, but I don't know, maybe he's getting a nerf potentially. I don't know, we'll see. Y'all let me know again down in the comments what's going on with Yajirobe, if he's needing a patch on his stats, because allegedly this seems to be something that people are voicing their opinion on, because I feel like a lot of this is, like I said, stuff that, you know, Bandai has been forwarding to them according to all of the feedback that we've been giving, right? And then this right here, improved operational stability, okay? So let's actually see some of the responses. Obviously, I'm pretty happy about it, right? My boy Rami here says, I knew there was some issue with classic controls. Glad it's getting fixed, but I've already converted to standard. Yeah, I think there are some people, or maybe even a lot of people, that just went ahead and went to standard because of how bad this was. They just couldn't wait. And I totally understand, you know, you just want to play the damn game, right? So most people that were on standard didn't really face an issue. It was mainly people who were on classic and their opponent online had standard. There would be some like mix up between the controls, and classic would end up using different inputs just like standard or something like that. So this one right here, look at this. How about making story mode something more than a slideshow, okay? Hey, I totally understand. I've expressed my opinion on that with the story mode, that it's, you know, pretty lame for the most part. Some of the what if cutscenes are pretty cool and everything, but most of the story mode is just going through images, okay? It just transitions through images constantly with a little bit of a description, and that's pretty much it. That's silly to ask for a change on that. That's not going to be patched. That's just how it is. That's just how the game was intended to be in terms of that. Like, everything else makes sense. Like, oh, these are some basic fixes or some errors that are in it. This was not an error. This was just how they decided to do it. So I'm sorry to say, the real one, it ain't happening, dog. Shouts my boy Kage here. Interesting devs stated they wouldn't be looking at balancing characters, but here we are, and Yajirobe is getting a nerf again. I don't know if he's going to get a nerf or not. We'll see. I'm assuming he is. That's the most likely situation. But yeah, that is interesting, because they did want to keep things, I don't want to say unbalanced, but they said that, you know, the game was meant to be this way. Again, it's supposed to be like the OG games where, oh, Whis, he's lore accurate, Beerus is lore accurate, they're like really powerful and shit, right? And, you know, the weaker characters are going to be, in a sense, weaker. So maybe that's why they're doing it. Maybe that's what they mean by that. If they're ending up nerfing him, they're going to patch it to where he's just how he's supposed to be, just weak as fuck. I would hate that, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Again, this is happening late October, so this is within a couple of weeks, right? Or even less than that, right? Will be forever my GOAT, Rip Yajirobe. Give us crossplay. Yeah, that's a big one. I'm not expecting crossplay anytime soon. I definitely think it's possible. I know that would really not solve issues, but that would be a big game changer for us, right? Be able to just fight like, oh, I'm on PS5. I want to fight somebody who's on Xbox, right? Or I want to fight somebody who's on PC, right? Breakers has done it. It's possible. It's not out of the question, but give them some time. I think they definitely need some time. They need to work on fixing these major basic ass issues, right? Like, oh, matchmaking online, you know, the controls being all fucked up. Super counter and Z counter vanish aren't fun. Every time we touch the opponent, he super counter out of it and we start vanishing for 20 seconds. Well, I mean, it's key based, right? So you're going to end up losing key eventually, or somebody is going to fuck up eventually. Regardless, you're going to lose key. So, I mean, I think that's just how it's got to be, right? Y'all let me know. Okay, I'm not going to put my opinion out there. I shouldn't have even said anything, but y'all can let me know. Is the Z vanish shit, is that a problem? Or the counters, the super counters? Comment down below. I like to see the feedback, see what you guys are saying in terms of the more like, you know, online factors and experience, right? This is all I needed to see. Improvements of an issue where some control... Yeah, exactly. Exactly. The control thing's big, y'all. That's really, really big. The save data thing, again, they haven't necessarily addressed that as far as I know right now, but it could be all included in that. We'll see, right? We'll see. Overall good, but I'm weary of nerfing things because of competitive players, yeah, who've never really played the Sparking series through to the Raging Blast. Competitive play will ruin the Sparking series. The Sparking series was never a competitive fighting game, but a Dragon Ball fight simulator. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I don't really want them to change anything. I totally understand if people don't like certain characters for what they have, if there's certain gimmicks, like for example, Yajirobe and stuff, but that's what that's what we're paying for. We paid for the game to be like this. As weird as that sounds, we wanted the Tenkaichi experience, which there are no patches for that game. There are no updates. That game, when it released, that's how it was going to be, and there were going to be no changes to it, okay? That's I don't want to say problem necessarily with games these days, but if you look at like Super Smash Bros. Melee, okay? The two top characters, Fox and Falco, right? There have been no updates to that game. The only thing that has changed is the meta being shifted, people finding new tech, okay? It's all about adapting as a player and learning new things, learning new tech to, you know, push the boundaries of certain characters, okay? You have to, as cliche as it sounds, you know, you got to push the limits. What can you find for these certain characters, you know, that will, you know, work really well and benefit you in the long run for the actual gameplay itself and a strategy to win, right? Again, you can voice your opinion about it in the comments if you think this game needs balances or adjustments for certain characters or whatever. I don't know. We'll see, okay? They're nerfing Yajirobe, I bet. Look what y'all did, right? I want crossplay. I know you said it's a slim to no chance of it being in, but I don't... Did they really say that? I don't think it's a slim chance. I just think they're going to need some time. I definitely think it's possible, okay? Again, if a game like Dragon Ball The Breakers can get an update for the online to do that, I think with how popular Sparking Zero is and how in tune they are with the community and feedback, I think that we could push for it and get to a point where it is definitely possible. We'll see, though, okay? With the classic, and they were telling me it was unresponsive. Everyone said it was a go. Yeah, there were some people saying, "Oh, there was nothing wrong with it," which is silly because so many people have had issues with it. Controller fix, God bless. Game of the year. Oh my god, dude. All the noobs are crying about the balance. Oh, God. After image strike adjustment and... Oh, Lord. Yeah, I've been hearing about that. Y'all let me know about that. I've been hearing the Super Vegito, or just in general, anybody that's got after image strike. It is ridiculous. I guess they're just like... You can just... I don't want to say infinitely use it, but use it so much to the point where there's like no drawbacks or anything. No setbacks. So, that's kind of crazy, right? That's a start. Thanks for listening, but we really need more. Please make it happen. What is this? Let us put outfits as the character has any version. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I think that would be quite nice to have. For example, I would use Yardrat costume for Ultra Instinct Goku. I don't think that would be too hard. You know, putting a little bit of extra effort on that, and that would be nice, right? But yeah, for the most part, I think everybody has the same sort of reaction to it, you know? It's just nice to finally get an update, right? Over anything. They're working on it. We'll be getting this near the end of the month. I'll definitely go over it so that we know what's going on. But until then, y'all comment down below your feedback and everything. Drop a like, subscribe here on the channel, ring my notification bell. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
This is Broly, and you are watching Slow Plays. Make sure to subscribe, or else I'll destroy your entire planet.